Okay, before I do our usual ceremony and make some additional calls, I already made some, and we'll be making some more. I want to say something very clearly. The lack of connection among women in North America has now created a vacuum into which is coming in extreme yang processes. And as a result, there is a great likelihood that without your cooperation, I will be at least interrupted in what I am doing. But that doesn't mean stopped, because I've already done a lot in this area that has momentum. So what you need to know is if you don't hear from me suddenly, I will be back. But in that moment, what you need to do is contact one another on the issue of gender parity and discuss the new millennial golden rule. Because if you do not do that, within a very short period of time, environmental catastrophes will begin to occur. I am trying to act as a true Q to save this planet. And all of those who you may be listening on the internet, there is a situation in which my broadcasting could be interrupted. If that happens, this planet will go into a paroxysm of environmental catastrophe. Very fine and lovely people in my family and community will be endangered, and that will provoke the situation of the Mother Earth erupting in many, many levels, or possible earthquakes or human errors resulting in nuclear power plant disasters. When you do not choose Ceres and the Mother Goddess for too long a time, and the sisterhood of females and the young kindness of young men also in a gender parity culture, you tend toward Pluto. You are now on the verge of massive Pluto on this planet. So I strongly urge you, all of you who know about these broadcasts, to say that you endorse the new millennial golden rule at 5050now.wordpress.com, to say that you want parity and that you believe that the only gender parity and the only government in the world, anywhere, that is true law is that which gender parity. And do not be afraid to say this to anybody, because if you are afraid to say it, the disasters will get much, much worse. So say it as quickly as you can. The best thing is to gather with other women and with young people, female and male, age 37 and younger, to say it. But say it in any case, because if you do not, you will begin the end cycle. It will begin to deteriorate on this planet in a very rapid fashion and a very horrific way. So thank you, and I'm going to play our musical medley and do our usual beginning. Well, I think I will do, yeah, I think I will do that. Yeah, I think I will do that. And before I do that, let me just say that I do act intercessorily for all the people I have named on the previous broadcast, and I will show again the home-based hat store that in my heart and in my mind and in my spirit, we are gathering at right now. And any resistance to that is wiped away by my faith, that my knowledge that that's important, and your knowledge that I've told you that that's important, are communicated among you. If not, you are facing multiple Fukushimas, volcanic eruptions, terrible loss of human dignity on this planet, and premature demise of very fine young people who could be protecting this planet, and women of all kinds, all around the planet. We have allowed enough of that to happen already. If it goes one step further, this planet is toast. So don't let that happen. It's very simple. Just call me on the conference line, or just email me or send a note to the website at 5050now.wordpress.com that you endorse the new millennial golden rule and that you want the whole world to know it is the only law of the planet Earth. So let me say that and do this.
So that's really right. No. No words. No words. I should have said, oh, so beautiful.
My family is filled with poetesses and poets,
Other people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
musicians, healers.
These are the
Secretary
spiritual
General's
as much as physical voyages of the Co-Federation
Any of my
Solar
family does
Solar
not
Sun
endorse
Art
the Ceremonial
Starship
Golden Rule now and start
restored to heaven
broadcasting,
on our every
the end cycle of events
as our
will begin.
spiritual,
But I am giving you this
genealogical,
announcement
local,
so that we can
global,
mitigate
universal,
that
Voyager
and come back to where we
shared
should have
during
been
his
and
family community enterprise.
endorse the new Millennial
Our
Golden
new
Rule
Millennium
together.
Year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore are and all are in fact familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalanced, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers wherever and where we have interdimensional reality, all in part being before, it also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum. Balance, combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, loyal, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both and each, both and all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunder's blast, she merges, her eyes on fire, the mighty priestess. She's risen from the nativity of Conrad. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
By my intercession and your cooperation.
She is risen.
We are risen.
We all are risen by my intercession and your cooperation.
Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.
महालक्ष्मी मृडप्रिया महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत्त्व महाशक्ति महारथी महाभोगा महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धि महासिद्धि महायोगेश्वरेश्वरी महातंत्र महामंत्र महायंत्र महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या ओम महाभैरवपूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्पक महातांडव साक्षिणी महाकामेशमहिषी महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी चतुष्षष्टि उपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टि कलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टि कोटि योगिनी गणसेविता
Okay, we had a little momentary problem with our internet connection there, but it gives us a cue to go ahead and do the ceremony. You can read the New Millennial Golden Rule at 5050now.wordpress.com and understand everything that's occurring here. And one of the things I want to say is there's a new website, a new web page there now about averting a Fukushima event in the Midwest. We had some web pages up there earlier regarding that last year, and we took them down because we thought the situation was improving. But the situation has regressed again, and so we now have an additional website that has already been announced to a very large audience, and describes this situation that requires that we understand that court systems that do not have parity, that have been influenced by media systems that do not have parity, that have been influenced by family practice of patriarchy at an intense level, such that information about family heritage and shared ideals are not communicated because of the need to uphold patriarchal processes. All of that is creating a very dire situation for our family, for our community, and for people in the Midwest immediately. If anything happens to me and these broadcasts are interrupted, there will be a disaster there. So we want you to know that you can immediately send your embracing of the New Millennial Golden Rule to the many comment pages on the website. That will help. Send emails to all the people that you know that say that you embrace the New Millennial Golden Rule now, and that will help. And then most important, if you can gather in groups of at least 3 women with and or without me. It can also occur without me. And 3 women, and then bring in two or more, 1 or 2 or more young people, a female and a male, age 37 and younger. That will begin to mitigate the damage and begin to turn back the tide of disaster. So we're going to do our ceremony as we always do. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers and water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers and water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. And we'll say namaste, mita kuya ayasin, kongs pax, mita kuya koitse viral, mita kongs ko pax culture. We'll say Tibes, Sedlaric, merci, das vidania, ubuntu, buenos dias, shlanzavag, sayonara, choose, chop chop, and many other languages. And we'll say love and live longest, eternally young, and prosper everyone and all. And then we'll also drink our milk. We'll drink the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. On behalf of all, both in each, and representing all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. As Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Secretary Equinox True Qs. We'll drink the water of loving, living planets, enlightened, loving, living planets with the New Millennial Golden Rule that will sustain and regain our planet, or regain and sustain our planet Earth to be for all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. And representing all, both in each and every one as possible, and everyone as soon as possible. And on behalf of all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together. And we'll start with our equinox birthdays and all these conception days, name days, and holy days. We'll spring and autumnal, and then all our year's rounds as Secretary Generals, co-severas, equinox, true cues. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together as equinox, true cues. Co-severas, co-secretary generals. And we'll do our kisses. There we all are. And if we don't start fresh with parity, we're going to have plutonic plutocide. So do you want that? It's very simple. Say parity. You only recognize law that comes from gender parity. That is accordance with gender parity and optimally the new millennial golden rule. We'll celebrate and we'll say we'll start fresh with parity and paradisal on all our planets, on Earth and all our planets. And we'll avoid plutonic patriarchal planeticide. We'll choose planetary paradise on this and all our planets now, and we'll start fresh. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all of our heritages of our Earth and our Earths, and as co-secretary generals, past, present, and future as co-secretary generals, co-severas, equinox, true cues. We'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all of our heritages of our Earth and our Earths, past, present, and future, as co-secretary generals, co-severas, equinox, true cues. We had a little bit of a later start today, and we want to direct you to look at some new pages on the website that concern this situation that I am talking about. So go to the website at 5050now.wordpress.com. We're not going to try to do the rest of the musical greeting. You can get that another time, and you have it recently too. So let's just put us this. We'll just play a little bit of this section. Why don't we show all our group and our homes together this time instead of separating it out? We're going to fast forward a little bit here. Okay, and I think we're going to let it be. With that is our important, most important to play today, and we'll see you later in an additional broadcast. If you don't hear any broadcast from me, get with 3 women and 2 youth, females and males, aged 37 and younger, and embrace the new millennial golden rule, or you will have planetary collapse. There will be a horrible disaster. Move on it.